This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Throw Gang, we are joined by the head honcho of Handsome Boy Modeling School, the emperor of editors, prince of the press trip. No, not that Christopher Wallace, the wizard of the written word, Rick Owens' BFF forever, the pharaoh of Flanor, the gadabout god, from evil jock to righteous John's addict, warrior poet, and U.S. editor of Mr. Porter, the Journal, Chris Wallace.
Hey. Wait.
That's your new byline.
Jocks are evil? Inherently?
Yeah.
But I'm a jock, dude.
You're fucking chaotic evil.
Damn. Fuck. What's up, Chris?
What's happening? Thank you guys for having me.
Do you like your intro? I don't think you got these intros didn't exist, I think, the last time you did this, right?
I mean, that's intense. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm walking out onto the floor of the forum or something.
I'll copy and paste it into the chat box of the Zoom.
Yeah, I believe you're walking into what is professionally referred to as the motherfucking Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome, for real.
Yeah.
This is Barter Town.
Yeah, exactly. We were just informing you that we are not recording. Just, obviously wanted to put all the cards out on the table, ask for consent, the whole deal, as far as like the video is concerned. But you're wearing Drees and you're going to do a fit check, so give it to the people. You want to go top down or bottom up?
Well, I know this is a trick question.
Yep.
I don't know if it's a trick.
Well, no, if you're a cop, you have to tell us, which actually is not true. But if you go top down, then you're a cop, so we know.
Wait, that's not true? What about entrapment? That's the whole thing, right?
No, that's double jeopardy when you watch Trebek back to back.
All right.
I just watched 7 seasons of Bosch, so I can probably fact check.
Oh, my God.
So you're an expert, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I have this LAPD down. Well, I'm going to start with the slide. Because who has shoes on? I haven't worn shoes in
I have shoes on.
7 weeks or something.
I have Crocs on, baby.
Well, do those count as shoes? I mean,
yes.
Very slide.
Don't discriminate. Yeah, don't discriminate. Don't be.
I haven't had a heel on a footwear.
Have you always been a house shoe type of guy? You're sophisticated. You're civilized.
Yeah, I mean, it's very LA sort of a scenario. It's a very Californian thing to wear house shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, did your best friend Rick Owens give you a bunch of the Burke Ricks?
No, but I do have a pair of Burke Ricks that I bought on Ukes.
You had to buy them like a fucking civilian?
Yeah, like a pleb.
Do you have the Bostons or the Arizonas with the extended?
The Bostons with that extra long.
Hell yeah, dude!
Step on all the time.
That big hog.
But they're the greatest thing in the world. I think it's like the greatest shoe ever made. I love
that flapper.
That's such a good collab. I really like the pony hair Arizonas. Come on. I need 20 pairs of those. When it came out,
I thought it was going to be, because that was sort of circa the Gucci stuffed with fur situation. I thought it was going to go that very traditional, like expected route. And when he put it all on the outside and made it like Hobbit, I mean, it was wild. I love
Dick Ovens doing the expected. Come on, you know better than that.
Never.
What was the last Rick Owens that you got flowed for free? If anything.
The heels, the big giant heel boots.
Yeah, no, I don't have those.
I've seen a picture of you wearing them. Yeah.
I did wear them. I surprised him. We were with him in Venice, and I was staying at his place, and there were a pair there. And so I put them on, and we went and met him for dinner, and I was like 6'12".
Could you walk? Could you walk in them? Heel toe.
No.
What size shoe does Rick wear?
Unclear. I think he's a size down from me. I think he's a 43, but I'm not sure.
Damn. Well, you look great. It really made the gams look. Jesus. Yeah. I mean, I felt something. My wiener moved.
A little tingle in the Pringle.
It is a vibe. I mean,
it's a big vibe.
It is like the full-on like Kiss 1970s glam rock thing. I get how that was movement. But,
and it's Rick, so it's awesome because because Rick is a rock star. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
That is correct.
How much Rick do you own? Like, what percentage of your wardrobe is
very little? I have a stack in. I don't have any furniture. I don't have any drawers.
Oh, you don't have the you don't have the 20-ton marble quarry bed?
No. No. In fact, I jokingly asked him for one, and he said, "You're going to have to reinforce your floors. Yeah. They're going to have to build you a whole new building to do that." So
they weigh like tons or something, or like a ton.
Have you heard this rumor, Chris? I read this rumor. I like to think that it's true that when he started, he bought a marble quarry in Spain and was excavating so much marble just to make one bed, and so intensely that the Spanish government intervened and were like, what are you doing here? This isn't normal. The amount of activity happening here. Are you a terrorist?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Why Spain? That's the weirdest rumor, because the marble comes from northern Italy. But that's
that good marble. Well,
that's what Rick is telling you where the marble comes from. But really, he's being a terrorist in Spain. That's the genesis. That's what I learned.
I mean, I buy it. They have tried some very let's say ambitious things. I mean, Michelle wanted to do an artist commune on one of the uninhabited islands outside of Venice.
What?
And I mean, they have big plans. They're working with a different canvas than you and I.
Do you own the Rick Owens table where he's sucking his own dick, where his legs are behind his head? Oh man,
sadly not. I have a 300 square foot apartment. It's either that or have an oven. So I went with the.
But it's all Farrow and Ball.
Yeah. That's all I have is wall paint. I don't have any actual.
When you talk about Rick being ambitious, like no other designer, it then clicks in my mind why him and Kanye are still boys, because both of them are fucking next level. With I'll make a T-shirt, but I'm also gonna build a utopian society on Mars with Elon Musk. Rick is on that level. It's galaxy brain shit, which is why we love them, because it's a galaxy brain podcast.
Their canvas size is different. That's what it is.
Yes, exactly. All right, so how far do we get in the fit check?
So what are even? We don't even know what the slides are.
The Adidas slide. I haven't put on shoes in ages, but it's basically a rotation. I'm wearing the Adidas slides. Right?
I haven't heard that name in years.
Good
but
meme.
It's between that and the. My girlfriend got me a souvenir slipper set from the Eastern Oriental train, which I wear all the time.
What'd you call me?
And it's that or the Charvet slippers, which are
is that like the hold up? Is that like the Trans-Siberian Railroad, Murder on the Orient Express?
But from
real fucking 1930s shit.
Shanghai
it's the Darjeeling Limited, bro.
Yeah,
never heard of it. Wait,
are the Adidas slides the shits with the massage spikes?
Adisage.
Those sucked.
No,
they're so painful.
I had those in college, though.
Yeah. The shower shoe.
You Zuckerberg, everybody.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, Charvet slippers. How expensive are Charvet slippers? I want a pair, but what am I getting into damage wise?
Probably 400.
Ooh, damn, dude! I might make too rich. That might be some fucking Mr. Porter shit. That's too rich for my blood, bro. I know you guys carry shit.
That's a discount purchase. That's when you do.
Oh,
in fact, 400. I got them as a gift. So.
400 post. Yo, what's the Mr. Porter office party Secret Santa like? That shit must be fucking rich.
I don't get invited, man. I'm not.
It's just 100 guys giving each other monocles every year.
Yeah, here's a $10,000 gift card.
Yeah, what's the limit? There's no limit.
I am wearing a Rick sweats and a Rick T-shirt and a Dries,
of course.
Whatever this is.
You normally go full when you do Rick. I feel like you're someone that does head to toe Rick. Nothing crazy, but you'll have the leather jacket, and obviously we're in unprecedented times here, just chilling in the crib.
Yeah,
but
all
Rick jacket
all the time.
Rick jacket, Rick sweats, Rick tee, Rick boots. I've never known you to mix your Rick with anyone else, but I guess when you're in the crib, who the fuck cares?
Well, I mean, it's the only sweats that I own. So, and I've been wearing sweats all day.
Just marinating your meats in the Rick sweats.
So you didn't necessarily dress up for us, or maybe you threw the Dries on, but you're living in Rick right now, the Rick sweats.
Well, I'm living in Zoom calls. So there's this sort of sportscaster scenario.
No pants on type beat.
Well, it's like you're back in LA where everyone's in a car. You dress from the shoulder up. Same thing when you're on Zoom calls all day.
Yeah, that's why Chrome
you still got to
Hearts.
get out of the car to go into Trader Joe's or whatever.
No, Chrome Hearts has those sleeve graphics because you just hang.
That's true.
Hang that paw out the side. You're good.
It's true. As long as your vape in that hand is.
Yes, exactly. Of course. I mean, that goes without saying, bro. That's cool.
Being super handsome and from LA and in like the party boy set when you were the head honcho of Handsome Boy Modeling School. Did you ever have a Chrome Hearts phase?
Ooh.
As if. I can't afford Chrome Hearts as a grown man.
You never owned Chrome?
He's thinking. He's going back.
I don't think I did.
He ran the
Chrome
numbers.
Hearts was very much. It was
looked like Rain Man just now.
that. my computer.
All the calculations. Yeah.
In the 90s, that sort of Melrose vibe, Chrome Hearts was very a part of everything.
Yeah.
And weirdly, it always kind of tethered the sort of skate graffiti world. It was always weirdly in the mix, but no, I couldn't afford.
When you were a waiter at Michelle Lemmy's Cafe in LA, which was like mid to late 90s, right? I'm sure you just saw just a fucking assload of Chrome.
Well, yeah. I mean, one of my pals, Tommy Purse, who owned Maxfield, would come in all the time, and he was like head to toe in
Of course.
Chrome Hearts.
I feel like, does Maxfield has Chrome Hearts? Yeah.
And by the way, the Starks are like friends of Rick and Michelle's.
Yeah, that's like some of the most iconic Rick Owens
with
items.
Yeah.
Well, it's all aftermarket stuff, but it's all like in good faith because they love each other. One thing I will say about Chrome, friend of the pod, Jimmy Gurecki, told me a funny story just the other day. He said that Pharrell once told him, my greatest fear is like waking up one day and becoming a Chrome Hearts guy. So that's a quote directly from Pharrell, according to Jimmy Gurecki, friend of the podcast, wanted to share that with 17 million people.
Chrome Hearts P.
Thank you.
Yeah, Chrome Hearts P, baby.
And lest we forget, so this is the I want to talk about the Drees real quick. Oh, let's talk about the sweats. Are they drop crotch?
Yes, very. And they're not the ones with sort of cinched cuff. They're sort of a just let it all hang out cuff.
So it's like your study abroad pants, and you're letting the meaty clackers clack.
Yeah, very much.
And the T, is it like an extendo?
Extendo, is that like your
pants? Oh, yeah.
And the Drees. What is the Drees?
Yeah.
This tie-dye shit?
Camp collar?
Tie-dye, like silk things.
Is it a camp collar shirt?
But it's groovy. Yeah. It's none of my clothes fit anymore. I don't know about you, but the body is just falling apart underneath me.
You look pretty good.
All I do is eat spaghetti and drink. So it's been full speed downhill from fitting into any clothes. I haven't put on a pair of jeans in 2020, so I have no idea what's going on.
Could that be the episode title? I haven't put on a pair of jeans in 2020.
I mean, I may never again.
What a flex.
I feel like not to get too bogged down in this Drees stuff, but I feel like this Drees like tie-dye collection from, I want to say like last summer, was both the nail in the coffin of the tie-dye trend, but still is a very signature like Drees few pieces where he had like his shit was fucking big gas a few seasons ago. They kind of like died down a little bit, but then the tie-dye stuff came back, and it's one of those things where if you see someone wearing the Drees tie-dye, you're like, that guy has good taste. But at the same time,
it did hit a weird. I mean, I'm slightly like concerned because I love Drees, and because I love a Hawaiian shirt, and I have so many. In fact, even from this collection, which I think was the Werner Pantone, all those weird 70s. I think this was the same collection. But that's right when he sold it, right? So I was worried that it was just going to fall off a cliff. But it's great. The new stuff is great.
The tie-dye jeans they did are so fucking sick. I think Gallagher has them or somebody has them. They're fucking...
it's still amazing. They can probably just...
To James's point, if I was going to buy any tie-dye, I want Drees tie-dye. That's how I feel. That's really...
Well, I'll say this. I just made a pair of... I didn't make them myself, but I got a pair of Anderson and Shepard linen pajamas for my girlfriend for some occasion, Valentine's Day or Christmas.
some fucking occasion. Who cares?
The
Ides of March.
Them for like per my specs for her.
Oh shit!
So they're like total one of ones.
That's sick.
I mean, they may make them at some point now, but they're the greatest thing I've ever seen. I don't have any pictures of them, but I have pictures in production. But
were you tempted to keep them for yourself?
I was gonna say, like,
they never crossed my threshold, or if I had to ship them, it would have been a great temptation.
Because your girlfriend, your girlfriend, who we'll talk about in the dead ass section, very very stylish lady. I feel like you guys would do very well to just like swap closets.
Yeah,
there's no way I'm cool enough to wear her clothes. No,
oh come on, man, pair them with the Rick heels.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, like we said, you got a fucking introduction of a lifetime. You're the U.S. editor of Mr. Porter, the Journal. That is a fucking big nuts flex job title. You have an exquisite taste. You're a fucking arbiter of all things cool and good and quality. So we want to play a little game with you called Fuck With Not Fuck With.
Working title.
Still working on the title. We're not good at deciding.
How long you been working on this title?
5 years.
Yeah.
roughly, give or take. I don't know.
Yeah, since Obama. Yeah. But we're going to throw some categories at you, and we want to hear what you're fucking with, what you're not fucking with in those categories. Throw some goddamn knowledge darts at the 17 million strong who are listening. First up, obviously, brands. What brands are you fucking with? We talked about Rick. We talked about Dries. Besides those two, who else are you fucking with at the moment?
Anderson Shepherd, probably.
British?
Yeah. It's an old Savile Row brand that is now doing ready to wear. They have like a little haberdashery situation. And they make these amazing linen pajamas. That's the things that I got for Julia.
Wait, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Anderson and Shepherd, for our very young and impressionable listeners at home, it's Savile Row, and it has that heritage and tradition, but it's very progressive in like the kind of stuff that they make now. It's not old and stodgy. It's very cool. I
mean, it's old and stodgy made contemporary.
Yes, there you go. The synthesis of these things.
Yeah. The owner is amazing. Her dad was like a big client of Anderson Shepherd, and she's sort of like vaulted it into this new generation. And they have really amazing taste. And the stuff that they're making ready to wear is really great.
But the linen pajamas is what you're drawn to.
I mean, PJs in general.
You're a big sleepwear guy.
I love sleepwear. I love pajamas. And
you and I always are texting about Derrick Rose and how that's like a sleepwear grail.
Yeah. Well, and this is also something we don't talk about, like in the culture at large, is that men's, like even grown up, men's attire is basically pajamas. I mean, it's called a leisure suit, and it's like basically outdoor PJs. I mean,
you don't wear your leisure suit to bed.
Well, I do, but it's pajamas.
Or do you freak a pajama shirt in the streets? I've been known to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like Gosling at con, just like hey, yo, guess what? Zigging and zagging all over the place. Yeah, it's a pajama shirt.
I do love a PJ shirt under a suit.
Like a Sleepy Jones, if any kids at home want to dip their toe in the pool.
Let's do the first ever sleepwear check. Chris, what do you typically wear to bed?
Yeah, pajamas.
Like a full set?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, also we forgot, what are the panties in your fit?
Oh, yeah.
None.
Hanes? I don't know. Calvin Klein? I don't know.
I just wear underwear to bed. Speaking of underwear, I don't wear any. I just wear my underwear.
I just wear boxers.
And I don't know. Rent is too damn high. Who can afford to do all the damn laundry?
That's a good topical reference. Thank you, Chris.
It's too expensive.
All right, so Anderson and Shepherd, linen pajama pants specifically. What other brands out there are you fucking with? Mr. Porter carries about 6,000 brands. It's a brand mecca.
And at least like 2,000 are good.
Yeah, I love American. Well, P. Johnson is now based in America, but I love P. Johnson. I love Sid Mashburn.
P. Johnson made my tuxedo for my wedding. Shout out P. Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they rock.
It's so good. Yeah. They're so good.
Also, shout out Sid.
The last few things I got made were a Sid suit and a P. Johnson suit, neither of which do I fit into now. I mean, that was my
Oh, here's a tip. Here's another tip for the kids at home. I feel like we have a lot of darts. How about instead of spending, I don't know, $1,500 on brown Travis Scott Air Jordan 1s with a backward swoosh, why don't you get like a made-to-measure suit? That would be fucking way better, I feel like. Yeah, maybe. Just something.
Well, my feeling is always like, I want something that's going to outlive me. Something that, I mean, God forbid I ever have kids, but something that like you can hand down to your grandkids or something.
You're not going to hand down your sneakers?
Yeah. Hey, here's some ice cream dunks. Here's some 7-Eleven dunks.
Right. I mean, can you imagine your dad's shoes? But how cool is your dad's like custom shirt?
Hell yeah.
My dad had cool shoes. That's how I kind of fell in love with like loafers and stuff.
Yeah, grown folk shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. Hard bottoms.
What about there's kind of a debate brewing in our Discord or subreddit around Visvim. Are you still a Viz guy?
Yeah. I mean, it's great. It's just such well-made stuff. But again, like,
can you sell it to the doubters and haters, of which there are numerous? Just like what is it?
What is the doubt? What's the source of the doubt and the hate? Is the price tag?
I think it's the price tag. I think it's like there's some questions about like where it's made. Not that that's like necessarily a good thing or a bad thing if it's made in a certain place, but I think there's certain stigmas attached to.
Are you talking about made in China?
Yes.
What about all the cultural appropriation? Is that a thing that anyone gives a shit about with Visvim, or is that not even?
I don't know. I feel like Hiroki has kind of like.
I believe him, right? Like is it?
I mean, Chris, you went camping with the guy in fucking like Nicoya or some shit, right?
Yeah.
How much weed do you guys smoke?
0.
Really? Shrooms?
Yeah. Shame.
Does he speak English?
It was mostly ayahuasca.
He
was only there for part of the time. He was only there for one of the days. The rest of his guys were there the whole time, and then our whole creative team was there the whole time.
Were you guys dripping in Were you guys dripping in Snow Peak?
It was, yeah. Well, everybody was wearing Visvim the whole time. It was pretty great.
Fire.
That's the best part. Also, not to be gauche or anything, but his wife is very hot. You should Google that.
She speaks Japanese?
I thought she was the translator. I didn't know I thought he didn't speak English. I swear to God. I don't know.
He speaks English. Yeah. And she designs the women's wear, the W1.
Right. So she's very talented. She's not just beautiful.
Lord's like, who's this hot broad? She must be the translator. No, bitch. The fucking designer.
And they like met they met like antiquing. They were both like shopping for vintage jewelry or something.
Fire.
That's how me and Lawrence met.
Typical meet cute, man. Buy the book.
Exactly.
What else? So you're heavy into Viz. For you, it's the quality. You're willing to look past all the other shortcomings.
I love it. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, God, outside of like custom stuff, I am fucking with a lot of DeCecco, a lot of gin, a lot of spaghetti brands.
What's DeCecco? Educate us.
They make pasta.
Yeah, it's a pasta brand, bro.
Okay. All I know is Batelli.
SpaghettiOs.
Chef Boyardee.
The fucking chef himself, Chef Boyardee. God rest his soul.
So, Chris, you're basically like your quarantine's going like the prison scene in Goodfellas, to quote a popular meme that's going around there.
Exactly.
You're slicing
garlic being cut
slicing garlic with the hell yeah.
That's a trick to get it real thin so it cooks right in the pan, baby.
What brands are you not fucking with? Who's just not moving your dick? And you can say brands that aren't Mr. Porter. We checked with Mr. Porter himself. He said it's
yeah. I try to be an enthusiast and focus on the things that I'm jazzed about. And
that's good advice. That's a good way to live, especially right now. Got to stay positive.
Yeah, there's so little that keeps you going. You might as well focus on that stuff. And like I've been trying to go out of my way to find the things that I don't know about you guys, but looking at the same four walls every day, it starts to make you think about like all the art and stuff that's around in the books. And it's made me really care a lot more about these sort of like tactile things that are like transportive, and people have put all this thought and energy into it. And I weirdly think it's raised my esteem for magazines.
Oh, really?
Which is a really strange thing to say after working in magazines for 20 odd years. And
what magazines are you fucking with, Chris?
Interiors magazines. That's going to sound weird, but
you're a big interiors guy.
Way to travel. There's a great one called Cabana, which is just like sort of vignettes of these crazy, amazing interiors from Tangiers to Rome to
interior really design. It's almost as if we could say interior design is your passion.
Well, it's an escape.
What have you because I know that you went through a haunting odyssey to find a new apartment about a year ago, and Lawrence and I were literally like, "Is this man okay?"
Yeah.
Is he homeless?
I wasn't.
Luckily, that's why we didn't pod with you then. We waited until you kind of settled and got your mental health back in check.
We were waiting till the big dog was back on his feet, baby. Back to barking in these streets.
That's never going to happen.
Oh, never.
Besides the exquisite Farrell and Ball paint behind you, which Lawrence, I don't know if you know this, but it's a old British paint company.
Oh no, I'm aware.
Okay. Would it be gauche if I just continued to order swatches from Farrell and Ball until I had enough to paint my walls?
You could do a little mosaic situation, just like little piles of paint swatches.
Yeah,
little stripes.
Yeah. Read an issue of Apartamento or something, and
Cabana magazine. Yeah. But so Chris, what have you kind of incorporated into your interior design? Because you're constantly posting these incredible fucking scenes from and traveling to and staying at the best places in the world. What's in your home though? Because as far as I know, it's just a green wall and a fucking couch.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And some pictures of friends of mine. I have a couple of photos of Paul Jasmine's. I just got a Peter Beard photo from when he was shooting the Pirelli calendar of Daria Weberwe. I think that's how you say her last name.
Do you have any photos of Do you have any photos of me and Lawrence?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
We can print you out some from our Bonobo.
I wish you would. I need some stuff on my walls.
Or we can send you some TF memes or something you could print out.
Yeah, you can print out. You can easily go to Kinko's and print out thousands of memes.
There's no way I can pay the whatever that licensing fee is.
Don't worry, we'll grant you full immunity. What about brands? Okay, if you're not gonna be negative and trash brands, which I understand, you're an editor, you got to play politics here. What are some brands that maybe, because you've had a long career as a John's addict, what are some brands that, and you love posting a throwback photo because you were and still are so hot.
Goddamn motherfucking piece of ass.
Yeah. A 2-pack of ass.
A 6-pack of abs.
My man's got the abs. Do you still have the abs or are they gone?
Can we do an ab check? Can we get an ab check?
We're a hybrid.
Take your shirt off. Take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off, sweetie.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, but looking back, are there any brands that you used to ride or die for where you're just what the fuck was I thinking? Did you have a mark? Do you have an Echo Unlimited phase?
No. Weirdly, we just did a story on the Beastie Boys documentary, and it took me back to that sort of 90s era of the Ben Davis and all that jazz, because the guy who wrote the piece, Alex Papadimos, who's an amazing writer, had all these incredible references. What was the Beastie Boys store that they were
extra large?
Yes,
but it's a brand too. It's very sick. Honestly, it's kind of sick, dude.
Yeah, no, it is. They still have a store in Japan.
Yeah. Beasties were the best.
It really took me back to sort of mid 90s Los Angeles. But no, I think when I was a kid, I wore lots of army surplus pants and
very patriotic. Did you ever have a streetwear phase?
I mean, what we call streetwear now? Yeah.
Yeah. Were you ever golf wanged up on Fairfax?
I mean, okay. So the brand that Supreme sort of knocked off their logo from, I used to wear all the time, which is called Con Art. And it was these taggers on Melrose. And they had this, it wasn't a box logo. It was the Peterbilt logo, the trucking company that has that sort of oval. Anyway,
I thought that their logo ripped like a
Barbara Kruger,
a spray paint company, Con Art. I mean, like a
Krylon.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So I wore that. I wore like God, I don't even remember. Lots of Stussy.
Ooh,
lots of Stussy.
Yeah,
which I actually still wear. I still wear a bunch of Stussy.
Do you have any Stussy from back then?
No. I go through these periodically I go through these phases where I just burn down my entire life and run out of the building.
Yeah.
And leave everything in the dust. And I did one of those recently, and I did one every 5 years or so. So I have there's no continuum.
When's the next one coming up? So that we can be
4
there
years from now,
so that we can pillage all your drippings, all your leftovers,
your runoff grease.
There's probably like a ticking clock somewhere, but
we'll set
if I knew, I'd be able to plan my life better.
I'll set a reminder on Siri. All right, let's get into the footwear. I know that you haven't rocked anything with a heel in months now, but you must be pining for sneakers. I know that like when I run my weekly, errand out the house, I'll typically do Birks, but I've been gazing lustfully at some like sneakers and loafers. I actually just ordered some loafers today as well. But yeah, all right, let's get into footwear. Adieu. Some Parisian shit. I don't know.
What kind of shoe? Describe the shoe.
It's a penny loafer, but it has like a thick sole.
Oh yeah.
So like
nice.
Lawrence is a big fan of the minimal, like sleek.
Not necessarily
shit. I like something with a little heft.
I like a chunky. So in a big old welt.
No, it's true.
I'm an equal opportunity. I love all different types of soles. I have crepe soles. I have lug soles. I have leather soles.
We don't discriminate.
No, but I think
equal opportunity copper, baby.
But you're on your Mount Rushmore is 1953 horse bits and Belgian sleds.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. He got the receipts. He's right. I guess I wouldn't call those like sleek or minimal. They're just classic. That's like how shoes are.
Yeah. All right. Fair.
Yeah. I would say the minimal ones are the weird, God, what are those ones? I can't even think of the name.
The Gucci Jordan loafer. It's like
the like walkover with the like tiny little like.
Sure, yeah, no dice.
So let's pretend that this whole pandemic never happened. Some Americans still think it's not happening. What are you wearing? What's on the feet right now? Besides the house slippers, if you are on the streets going for more pasta, more gin, more green paint. What are you rocking?
I mean, I basically have 3 speeds. There's like the boot, like a Red Wing or a Chukka desert boot situation. Sneakers are just the gym. Basically, I don't wear them outside of the gym.
Are you a Nike boy in the gym? Checks over stripes?
I am, but just because of opportunity's sake, it's not any sort of like
no loyalty. Yeah.
Affinity. No,
sure.
You're not like Sean Witherspoon saying that Nike could take a shit in his mouth and he'd still wear Nike. Thank you, Matt Welty, for surfacing that clip. Wait, is no sneakers outside the gym? Is that a conscious thing?
Yeah.
Have you been living in the post-sneaker world this whole time?
No, I never wear sneakers. I wear Vans.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's like an LA boy thing, like that's to be expected. I'm trying to think if I remember if I ever saw you wore sneakers to work at Park and Bond or Gilt, and I don't think I can remember.
That's right. You guys worked at that fucking Groupon site.
Fuck you, bitch. It was Flash Sales, motherfucker.
It was Groupon, right?
No,
you did the full. You didn't work at the flash sale one. You worked at the classy full price one. What are you talking about?
Sure.
Getting these tweets off about 40%.
Either way, wait. So it's Chukkas, Red Wings. What else? What else is in the rotation? Is that with yours a third? You said.
Well, yeah, sneakers to the gym.
Oh,
and then like a Birkenstock sort of situation.
Yeah. That's
it.
If you buy a body,
very grown man, LA.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, what was that?
I said, if you buy a body of water, it's hard to wear like a boot.
Sure. I will say,
unless you're trying to drown.
I always forget about Red Wings because in my mind, I wear Blundstones pretty much forever, maybe Tim's. But Dude, Red Wings look great, and I always see you like wearing them on IG, and I'm like, fuck, I just need Red Wings. I love Red Wings.
They're
the
so
Mocto,
good.
like what is it, the Irish setter? Is that the model?
Oh, the Mocto one. I don't even know what that's called. It's got a number. I don't think it has a name. I think it has a number.
Maybe I think.
But I also like the.
I don't know.
Did they do
Iron
the Mailman?
Ranger.
Iron Ranger.
Really
Iron Ranger is a classic for sure.
I dig that one. Yeah.
Do they do a style called the Mailman or some shit? Am I completely
no, but by the way, I think the best dressed people in America are the postmen. I love
salute the heroes
with the pith hat.
I love those shorts with the stripe on the.
We wear those like very vintage Adam Kimmel. I'm gonna get some more tequila. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
No, that's fine.
No. Yeah, you got to keep the headphones in. We're gonna edit it out so you can go get a drink. It's fine. Don't worry. Okay. But just keep the headphones in so James and I can talk. Oh, we're good now. Oh, you got the tequila already. I thought. Okay. Okay.
Heard you pulling up. Is that that Vulcan shit or whatever that you're on IG Live with?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's the best? So as an editor, I think that Lawrence and I, this is kind of what we miss the most about being like editors, is getting free shit. So like, what's the best free shit that you get as the editor of Mr. Porter, the Journal? Is it the booze? Is it the fucking travel? Is it the 30% on friends and family?
Hotel and accommodations worldwide?
Yeah, no, I think it's the getting to travel and this sort of entree, the getting to meet people, like having a reason to just sort of like cold call people and ask them what they're up to and be able to sort of, interrogate them on what they're making and what they're doing. And yeah, I mean, it's a little bit.
That's what I hate. That's what I hated. That's what I hated the most was talking about.
What did you like? You like the toiletries?
I like the free sneakers that I would then flip on Stadium Goods. I like the press trips, even though the thing about a press trip, and as the prince of press trips, we can talk about this. Just real quick, if no one knows, like basically a brand will pay a shitload of money to fly out like influencers or editors in the hopes that they write about it or just gram it, right? The thing about a press trip is that if you go with the wrong people, it's fucking ass. And typically you have to go with like other like travel writers, not necessarily like style or like John's enthusiasts. So like typically it just kind of like you just gotta it's a shot in the dark.
Well, yeah, you don't, and often you don't even know who you're going with, but you don't get to pick the sort of posse, and you're on somebody else's itinerary. And as a sort of only child, I hate being on anybody else's schedule ever. I want to do what I want to do, and that's actually also part of doing the job of being a magazine editor. Is you want to pick the things that you want to see. You want to sort of curate your experience. And when you're on somebody else's schedule, it's brutal.
Press trips are always like fake vacations. It's like you're like, I can't wait to go here. And generally like there's maybe some overall theme that you're into, but then it's all fucking, like you said, by the book, fucking itinerary. And you're like, I'm working more than I would be like normally,
So, and you're also doing your work remotely.
Right. Yes, right, exactly. And you're still it's not your full-time job to do the fucking SpawnCon. There's other shit going on. It's like, it's that's how they get you, man. That's how they fucking get you.
I would use them as like carrots to dangle in front of like my team members. I'll be like, oh, you want to go on this fucking press trip? How about you file your next 3 stories and then we'll fucking talk about it.
So you're that. So you were that kind of boss.
Well, work because like, I was. You attract more flies with honey than vinegar.
You want to review the new Cadillac Escalade? I need pictures of Spider-Man now.
Spit pics. Chris, before we move on to the next topic, what about like hype sneakers? Like, are you fucking with that whole ecosystem? Just sneakers in general that kind of like move the needle and are making some huge splashes in the water when it comes to like money and culture, I guess. But like, do you even pay attention to that?
Well, yeah, some of it is part of what I do, sort of like covering that stuff. But I have been digging the return to the sort of like 70s profiles of sneakers. Like I love the Sakai Nike, and I love all that shit, the waffles. I love, but so much of it is just there's a platonic like template of a sneaker that somebody is putting a strap on it or putting, quotation marks on it to say it's a new design. And it doesn't feel like it's, it doesn't feel like.
Speaking of 70s designs that you're appreciating, do you like the Casablanca New Balances? James and I got a pair. Those are like real great. I prefer those to like, yeah. I mean, for me, it's like the Sakai Nike, that waffle runner. I've seen that like too many times. I like that general kind of like OG runner look, but that I prefer the thing that's not on a million other feet, right?
What's been the last sneaker that you really pined after, even though you claim that you never wear sneakers that's at the gym? Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Come on, Chris. I know there's something that fucking made your Pringle tingle.
I mean, I loved the Sakai thing that came out.
Did you get them?
I loved Sakai in general. No, there's no way. No way.
Does Porter have those like tier 0 Nike releases?
Yeah. But
like
they sell out before they...
And for like VIP customers and shit, right?
I like the Sakai Air Max they did. Like I think they only did women's with like the zip up, and it was like navy black. But you saw a lot of dudes like copying women's sizes, just super large. But
that was like 5 years ago.
I know, but I like those more than the fucking waffle racers.
Well, if you're a fan of the Air Max 90s,
OG
95s.
Maxes. I actually got to go make Maxes with Tinker, the guy who like designed the original.
Shoe Dog?
Tinker Hatfield.
That was really...
No, Shoe Dog.
That's Phil Knight.
Tinker Hatfield is the Jordan 1, Jordan 3.
And he invented the Air Bubble.
4. Air Max.
And the Air Bubble.
Yeah. 11.
Yeah, and the Air Bubble. Yeah, that was really fun.
Was he wearing a funny hat?
Yeah, he loves a pork pie or a trilby. Like a fucking idiot.
I think he was wearing like a bucket hat. Yeah.
I mean, bucket hat's cool. That's passable.
Yeah, I love it.
What'd you make?
Just like a crazy custom. They were all white with just sort of like some blue touches on them.
And then
I have them still. I like them.
Really? Do you wear them in the gym?
Never worn them. No.
Flip them, bro. Flip them.
Yeah. They have my name on them. So
after this podcast comes out and people are like, "Damn, this dude is cool. He was on Throwing Fits. Maybe you can get like $100."
Not on StockX though, because them shits will get COVID. Topical. What about music, Chris? What music are you fucking with right now? What's in your fucking ear holes?
It's so funny, like the stuff that we outsource to. Well, I guess this is influencer culture. Like I follow a bunch of people on Spotify and go into their playlists. You guys,
that's yes. Alex Delaney is a huge.
Yeah, he's a great
influencer.
One. Yeah,
he's a great fucking Spotify.
What about Chef Sham, our own Spotify in-house influencer?
Yep. Chef Jams.
Yeah, Chef Jams.
Volumes 1 through 3.
I also think that we have an account because I thought Rob was Chris, our social media editor, was aggregating all of the song recommendations on Tune Check. When does that happen, James? What day?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Monday?
I think we are influencers on Spotify too, unless he's doing it under his government, aka like stealing clout from us, which is fair because we don't really pay him that much. So I'd be okay with that, to be honest. Either way. No. Spotify. Yeah.
I actually love Alex's stuff. He's amazing and a really good dude. Shout out Alex Delaney.
That's my zaddy. Basically bread butter.
Woo!
I listen to
stick a head of garlic up my ass.
Saute and flambe my cheeks.
Put a lemon up my ass and stick me in an oven at 450.
Put an apple in my mouth. Call me a hog.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, we're done.
Go ahead. Go do this voodoo that you do.
No.
Music, yeah. I listen to lots of like I don't know. It's very chill vibes at the apartment. So it's like lots of like Palo Santo and island music in the apartment.
Like reggae?
Not reggae, like
ska?
Red wine.
You know who Cesaria Avoria is? From where's she from? Cape Verde.
Okay.
Just groovy tunes, man. Groovy
The dangerous thing about Spotify, and I will admit this, is that it is like playlist forward. So it's easy to enjoy music without like actually knowing who the people are, unless you like.
No, who has fucking time to go down all the rabbit holes of finding the music? I'll put on an artist that I like and just start radio. And
this is why people love YouTube, because of the recommendation algorithm, right?
Yeah,
just pick a place to start and see where it goes. But wait, so you're more like Buena Vista Social Club than Bob Marley Legalize It?
Correct.
Okay,
correct. And I've actually been listening to a lot of piano music because it's easy to write to, if anybody can write these days, if anybody can focus. But I was reading this book that a friend of one of our contributors wrote called The Lost Pianos of Siberia, which is really about lost pianos in Siberia. And
the literal title.
So literal, yeah.
And that sent me down like a, Chopin piano. But, I'm like every other fucking Yahoo. My artist of the decade was Drake, just like everybody else.
Oh, I was going to say, Chris, we need you to mention some slappers so we can have legitimate outro music that's not Chopin. I guess we could have used Peter Tosh to legalize it, but
I go to the gym too and listen to whatever fucking Rap Caviar is playing, man.
So you're a Rap Caviar guy?
No, I listen to Drake in the gym.
Drizzy, big score, dude. Big score.
What era Drake? Like
actually,
rappy rap Drake or singy song Drake?
Last time I went, no, the newer Drake. Then I hate the old Drake. But what I do in the gym is I put on one of the Rick Ross and Jay-Z songs and let it multiply from that, make a radio from that.
Yo, I was
a lie.
Bro, there's so many. This is I put this on IG stories a million years ago. Fuck with me, you know I got it. The devil is a lie. Hustling remix. Yes.
So good.
These are Jay-Z and Rick Ross.
Jay-Z's on Stay Scheming.
No.
Oh, the fuck with me, you know I got it. Yes. That's a good song.
Yes. What I'm saying is that Jay-Z and Rick Ross have amazing duets, and people I feel like this is a thing that people should talk about. When they link up, it's a classic every time.
I know. Those are like three of my favorite songs the last 5 years.
There's like five bangers. Yeah, that's my favorite. That beat is stupid fresh.
Yeah.
And now we have our outro music. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
This has been great. Let's get you out of here and let James and I do the rest.
No, let's move on to film and TV. I feel like you're a fucking cinephile. I feel like you're a romantic at heart. On the inside, on the outside, I feel like film is a big part of your life. Or am I completely wrong?
No, definitely. I weirdly haven't been able to focus on long form movies recently.
Too long, too much content?
Fucking Criterion subscription like everybody else.
Oh, word?
I mean, when I was a kid, that's what I want. I still would love to make movies, but that's what I spent all my time doing.
You made movies, right? You fucking direct and act and shit?
I did, yeah, I did. I won lots of film festival awards, which all of them together plus $275 will get me on a COVID infected train one of these days. I love Fellini. I love all
Fellini.
The sort of 60s Italian and American films. But I've been, I'm on Netflix with everybody else. Actually, there's a show I just watched, which I love, called Gari/Hiji.
Oh, the Yakuza London, Tokyo shit. Is it good? Yeah. So I started it, and it's like a hard-boiled detective. It takes a minute. Should I stick with it?
I mean, what else are you going to do? I love a detective show.
Yeah.
Go on then. Who can focus enough to write? My attention span is, my dad one time told me when I was a kid, I have the attention span of a mosquito's cock. The length of a mosquito's cock.
Nice.
Which is basically me in quarantine.
How old were you?
Yeah, what? This explains a lot.
I don't know. I was a kid.
3? Damn, dude, that explains a lot, man.
Gari Hiji or Hiji Gari or some shit. What else are you watching on Netflix?
I love all the English shows. I love all those.
Well, like The Crown?
No, like
Crank 2? Oh, okay.
Killing Eve?
I haven't gotten into Killing Eve.
That's a BBC.
I mean, I've watched
Slapper. It's on right now. Season 3.
Yeah.
Season 3 just started. You got to support the Asian American god, Deborah O.
Sandra O.
Sandra O. Yeah.
From Sideways, you motherfucker.
Bro, at least I got the Asian part right. Fuck the white part. Sandra, Deborah, whatever.
Hold on. Can we talk about
fuck
Sideways?
Sandra O's slave name? Is what you're saying?
What are you saying, Chris?
Sideways is the greatest movie.
It's the best, bro. It's so good. Giamatti snaps. First of all, Giamatti is the god. Giamatti snaps so hard in Sideways. Like he's incredible. It's his best performance.
At what point in quarantine are you going to take the fucking spit bucket and try to chug it?
Yeah, that happened like week 1. What are you guys doing? I see you guys are drinking wine. What are you guys doing sort of like self-medicating wise during quarantine?
A lot of natty. I've been on a big Mezzi Negroni kick, but my vermouth just ran out. I've been doing vermouth spritzes right around 5 o'clock. And then, big natty run every week. I like work that into like my one day out of the crib. Aaron run.
Where do you go? Do you have a shop?
I have a shop right here in Greenpoint called Parlor Wine and Spirits. That's my local guy. There's also Natural Wine Co., which is a little bit in Williamsburg, which is when Chuck was making big money off the pod. That's where he would go when he like leveled up. But he's got a spot now in Bushwick. I know Lawrence is a big pothead, big marijuana enthusiast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how early, Chris? In your opinion, how early is too early to start smoking weed every day?
Well, I eat pot, so it's got to be earlier because the sort of there's a little bit of a lag.
Yeah. What's your dosage?
I don't know, a square of chocolate
and square.
You don't make it yourself, do you?
No. I've been to Los Angeles.
Right. I have these right here, but unfortunately, I'm about to run out. These are from California. They're delicious gummies, but I only have like 2 left, so I'm trying to.
Oh my god, the gummies are fucking intense. It's like a caveat emptor. Beware.
Yeah, that's the only edible that I'll really do. Otherwise, I'm just gonna vape weed till my entire brain is dead, and maybe.
Well, the great thing about smoking is like what you're getting into when you get into it. Sure. Like your mood can change. Like you eat a square of chocolate, and then 2 hours later, something happens to you, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I need to like." Pull a ripcord on this. I'm not ready for this commitment.
No, I need to go take a shit. What about booze though? So you're sipping on the tequila.
Yeah, tequila and gin and red wine
in one drink.
Damn!
No, God, no, that's just the rotation.
That's called a Christopher Wallace. That's called a Big Papa.
It's called a C-dubs. Why tequila? Like, are you just drinking it straight?
Yeah. Well, rocks.
Ice. Yeah.
Gin though? What are you doing with the gin?
With the gin, a Negroni.
Okay. What time are you starting? What time are you starting your boozing these days?
I mean, 6-ish.
Oh, okay, pretty good.
That's respectable and completely fair and grown up.
Has your frequency increased?
Oh, fucking hell! Yeah, I drink every day.
Dude, what did you do before? 3 days a week?
Or I wouldn't drink during the week, but if I went to a thing.
Yeah.
Big events guy. Let's talk about celebrities real quick, Chris, because I know that you are fucking a child of Hollywood. You're a man of glamorous ends and means, stylish celebrities. What celebrities have good style? There's not that many that have good style.
No, I can't think of a one. Well,
wait, James, so you're saying like not a celebrity that looks good because like presumably a stylist is involved. Yeah. You want to talk, you're talking about what celebrity has good personal style. So like,
I mean, even I feel like even celebrities that have stylists, like it's such a stylist look that like, it just doesn't really even work.
Rocky, right? Rocky's good, but we know that Rocky is all
Rocky has the fucking he has the cheat code behind him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sure, but yeah, Chris.
So Chris, what are some stylists?
Yeah, I mean, there's like the stylist who like goes and gets you the stuff that you want, and then there's the stylist who's like dressing you.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, to your guy's point, I love somebody who knows what their style is, even if I don't buy into it at all. Like,
who's an example of that?
I mean, Mahershala, like he knows what his style is and he owns that, and that's him 100% through and through.
He rocks. He rocks for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he knows
what was that hat that he wore to because he's won 2 Oscars, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like he's looked really good both times, if I remember.
Yeah, he looks great. And he's he's himself. He's very like,
it's like McConaughey, right? Like, your essence. And then it's like from there, it's, clothes that make me.
Everybody loves a Harry Styles, but it's like he's dressing up as Bowie all the time.
Who isn't? You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
Big old pants. Who else, though? Anyone? Yeah. Is it that hard?
There's got to be more. What do you think of Timothy?
Timothée.
I mean,
Timothée Chalamet. Hey.
I think Mark Ronson really knows what he's getting for. He owns a style, and it's really like honest to him.
Great hair.
Great fucking hair. Can you imagine?
He's like, for guys like Chris, I think you're doing better than me, but like I feel like it's me, then it's you, then it's Ronson. Like it's an evolution of like a Pokemon. You know what I'm saying?
Of hair?
Yeah,
I started with, I'm actually going to McConaughey's hair guy.
What?
I'm doing like a hair treatment.
You're breaking quarantine?
Wait. Let's talk about this. Wait, so you're doing it's like a procedure? Or
No. It's a like a serum.
Wait, talk to me. Is it does it need to be prescribed? Is it over the counter? What's the deal?
You got to sneak into Mexico.
Not over the counter. You go to, it's like a fucking very intense procedure. Not procedure, but like, so I went to this place in Culver City in LA, and they analyze your hair under a microscope and like get really into your scalp and into your like follicles and more information that I wanted to have. And then they prescribe you stuff, which you take for the first month, and then the second month, and then the third month, and then you can get stem cell treatment if you want.
What?
It's a full.
Get a fucking fetus.
Since this isn't like a super
into your dome.
They got a zygote in your scalp, like that kind of shit. Listen, this is not a personal.
I'm not a scientist, but
this isn't a personal podcast. But I would like to know: is it working? Do you think? And then, is it expensive? Like, should I? We need to talk about it. I need to know more.
Here's what we're going to do. Well, let's talk about it. But I just want to butt in here. When things resume and travel is like greenlit and we're all okay, we have a West Coast trip pending.
Yes.
We are going to go to this fucking follicle clinic and make content out of it.
I need it. Wait, so Chris, do you think it's working, and is it expensive? And we'll end it there.
Because there's a sort of ladder of price, of course, with everything.
Okay.
So
what's the cheapest?
What's that entry level shit?
No, it's like ordering wine and carbone. What is your second cheapest option?
Yeah.
Well, no, I think it does. I think it starts at like, I actually don't know. I think it's
like five figures.
Are you writing about it?
Like 500. I think it's like 9 to 12.
I'm in, and the patrons are paying for it.
Don't quote me on any of this stuff.
Sure.
You got to text us. You got to text us the name of the clinic. If you don't want to shout them out here, you got to text us on the side.
I need it, dude. I need to go, dude. I need to go.
Well, they have all kinds of, the analysis you'll see is amazing. Like, I love all that shit. I wanted to know everything.
Right.
And then the treatment is completely, bespoke.
Is it part of this like new agey fucking health and wellness LA shit, or is it like real like Dr. Fauci level science?
No. This is a chemistry lab.
Oh, believe science.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, man, I appreciate all of the insight. I'm absolutely looking into it. You said it's McConaughey's guy?
Yeah.
They saved his shit looks. I didn't even know at any point he was.
McConaughey saved my life.
You got to Google these images. Google McConaughey before and after hair, and it's
really. It was like his. Oh, I'm going to right now. Anyway, we can keep
like
moving.
Elon Musk levels of.
No,
really.
Shout out our former boss, Stool Presidente. He had some fucking.
Yes, he did.
He had the hair plug.
You got the plugs? I mean, plugs are like 20 grand.
Yeah.
What?
He got it. He got it because
you got it for free.
He turned the doctor. It was free advertising for the doctor and turned it into content. And it was. Oh shit, yo, Chris, I'm looking at it right now. Yo, you're right. Holy shit.
What, Bald McConaughey?
See, here's the thing, right? Like he's had his hair like weird for roles, but it's his receding hairline. It like basically. It's like the tectonic plates were able to shift back, to where they originally were.
The thinning at the top. I knew this was going to be a topic for Lawrence. I knew this was going to fire him up.
Oh, that's pretty rude. I feel like that was loaded.
Lawrence has never been.
That's not
Lawrence
all
has
I meant.
No.
Lawrence has never been this invested in a podcast episode. Normally he's just on autopilot, but I saw his fucking ears perk up when he said hair serum. So we talked about McConaughey and his bald ass. What about like celebs whose styles you clearly just not fucking with? Like they're either a try hard or they suck, or they're just not doing it for you, or maybe they wronged you and this is your chance to fucking out them to the 17 million listening at home.
Oh God, I have so many of those.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking about one the other day. It was somebody who won't be named, but
McConaughey.
No, God, no. But yeah, that sort of level of person, and we had a sort of like altercation. He's just not a great person. Anyway,
like you guys squared up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It was when I was working at the restaurant, and well, shit. I'll give away information that'll make it easy to Google. But his sister was a musician, and she was performing in the back. We had this like trapeze bar. Jazz bar, and she was a like piano player and singer, and she was doing the sultry number, and I don't know what this guy expected me to do as manager of the restaurant, but he like ran up on me. It was, and I've
why?
What was the motivation?
He wanted like some sort of attention being given to her that wasn't as if I could provide that,
was it Jack White?
No.
They're not actually related. Jack White and Meg White are not actually related.
Oh, you're right. They're
married.
They're divorced.
You fucking
no, but they perpetuated the lie that
why was that the mythology they came up with?
Because it was better to Jack White because he's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. He was like, it's better for us to be brother and sister than ex-husband and ex-wife. It's better for branding, and it was part of the story.
Because they could remain like sex symbols or like attainable to their fans, maybe. I don't know. Like you could fuck Jack White, you could fuck Meg White. I don't know. So your clue is that the celebrity who you fucking almost fought has a sister.
Who had a sultry piano number.
Who's a trapezist or something.
No.
Damn. Did he? So it didn't come to blows. It didn't come to blows, though.
No, God, no. I was like working. I was in professional mode.
I'm more confused about. He wanted you to provide some kind of attention that you. What is that?
Cocaina.
Oh.
No, what? I don't know. No, I'm just making that up. It's Ellie in the 90s.
No,
I don't
know. I don't know what he wanted. He wanted me to like silence the audience or like blow out candles or light candles to make it grand for her.
Wow.
Is this guy known? Is this guy known as an asshole?
There's actually a movie, or here's another hint. There's actually a movie in which somebody said, he plays himself in the movie, and somebody says, "Hey, you're a really cool guy, you." And he's
what?
Not, obviously.
Chuck, do your Chuck's on silent, but do your Googles, Chuck.
Yo, give us each three.
It's so easy. I've given it away.
Really? Give us three guesses. Steven Dorff.
I feel like it's like Tommy Wiseau.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, but you're in the right like era with Steven Dorff.
Stephen Hawking.
No, the same era though. You're
Johnny Depp,
right in the Gen X zone.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller directed the movie that I just referenced.
What?
Reality Bites. What fucking movie did Ben Stiller direct?
What did Ben Stiller ever direct?
Zoolander 2.
Oh, is it Justin
Owen
Theroux?
Wilson. Owen Wilson.
No, I love Justin Theroux. No.
Who's your best celebrity friend?
I don't think I have any celebrity friends.
Oh, come on. Who's the most famous person on your phone right now that you could like call and they would pick up? Besides Rick Owens and Michelle Lemmy.
I think you guys.
Get out of here. Yeah. Damn, talking about pandering. I love
Also, I don't think either of you guys would pick up the phone if I called.
It's Robert Downey Jr.
No. It's Billy Zane, man. Come on.
Oh, fuck Billy Zane.
Fuck Billy Zane.
That bald-headed fuck. He needs the help more than anybody. Fuck Billy.
The goddamn serum. What's a celebrity that, because you've palled around with and interviewed a bunch of celebrities. Who's one that kind of like blew your socks off when it came to like how nice they are?
Oh shit, that's a really good question.
Thanks. That's how I want a Pulitzer.
Damn, I don't know.
No one. Fuck them all.
Ursula. I think he's like the greatest guy in the world.
Really?
I mean, everything you hear about Keanu is true. He's the nicest guy in the world. He was friends of ours. So one of my oldest friends did the costumes of Matrix, and she and her husband, who's a longtime friend of mine, got married in a building that I lived in. It's like a 10-unit building, and it was just like 10 of us at the wedding. And I spent the whole time with Keanu, and he's like the greatest guy in the world.
Wait, what year was this?
1990 something, 2000 maybe? I don't know.
So Keanu,
Matrix came out in 99.
So
right?
Keanu Reeves is the biggest star in the world, and you're at a small, intimate wedding, and you're just broing down.
Yeah, and he's like the greatest guy in the world.
What was he drinking?
This is, by the way, when he was like giving Rolexes to all the stuntmen on the
shit
on the Matrix, and he gave away like Harleys to some of the guys.
Yeah. I heard the Harleys thing. What was he drinking at the wedding? Was he just like chilling, or?
I don't remember what I was drinking. It was 2000 something. You guys were like in junior high.
I wasn't born. I wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
I'm very young.
Me and Playboy Cardi were at the same daycare. What about, who's a celebrity that, like, besides Billy Zane, fuck that guy, who again, like, just rubbed you the wrong way, or you just don't like? And you can air them out because they deserve it. That's the rule.
Well, I mean, I think that we're now allowed to talk about.
Don't victim blame, James.
Not just like celebrities, but people within our world and industries who behaved badly.
Do you think fashion has gone through, fashion media have gone through like its proper reckoning of Me Too, or do you think a lot of it kind of slid under the radar?
Not remotely, no.
Do you think it's coming?
No. I mean, I think there are waves
like Harvey Weinstein,
and there will be. I think that we went through what will be the biggest wave, and I think that there will be follow-ups to that. But
we talked about this last time with Chris because of Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, to Chris's point, I think that fashion has purposely like kind of flown under the radar on like Hollywood.
You're on mute. Mute yourself.
I was muted by the host, it says.
Chef.
It was an accident.
God damn it, bro.
Censorship. This is censorship.
Yeah, this is the Illuminati. No, trying to get me. No, to Chris's point, I think that fashion has offered up sacrificial lambs to kind of be like, see what we're doing when there's the
easy one, the Terry Richardson.
Yes. Yeah. Terry, Bruce, Mario, Testoni, right? Like who else? Testino, excuse me.
Well, he's back, by the way. He's
right. Sure. But it's like these are all sacrificial lambs, heads on spikes, to not address the problem of like, fucking abusing models, abusing all of the help, right? That's really what it comes down to.
I mean, the crazy one that kind of happened before Me Too by quite a few years and then kind of like flew under the radar a little bit was Jean-Paul Gaultier, right? Didn't he isn't that the dude that he went on an anti-Semitic...
No, you're thinking of John Galliano.
John Galliano, fuck!
Who is now the designer of Margiela, but Galliano is an anti-Semitic piece of shit, though, honestly, #Free Palestine. No, that's the truth. So,
fair enough. Yeah. But he had, like, Anna Wintour...
Yeah, but that's different.
Back and shit. Well, maybe... But
it was like recorded. I don't think he knew. Like he was surreptitiously recorded. Like
no. He was speaking to camera. The people that he was berating verbally, they started recording him, I mean, he was like off the fucking perks.
Yeah. He was off a bean.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. At least when you're anti-Semitic, you're not like sexually assaulting people. You're just
but it was anti-Semitic, and I want to say there is another like crossing of the line there against some like race or creed or something.
But he suffered zero. He went to rehab. Oh my God.
Well, he lost his job, didn't he? I think he lost his job.
Big fucking deal. He got hired 2 days later when he got out of rehab.
Who doesn't want to lose
by the way,
their
I'm
job?
not campaigning for him.
He was able to. He won on the fucking. Yeah, he won on the fucking dole.
Chris Wallace.
First
of all, Chris Wallace. Now you're canceled for caping for John Galliano, so your career is over.
As if I think take them all out.
No, fashion is notoriously corrupt. This is the whole shit is.
Well, by the way, it's
disaster.
not just fashion; it's all of these industries. Because we sort of tolerate this, like we have this like great man theory that one person is this great genius who's going to bring in all this money, and we have to defer to their brilliance and tolerate all their evil behavior or sort of bad behavior, which is nonsense.
I'm a bad guy. People want to think that fashion is some like crazy progressive
look at our country
industry
right now. It's happening everywhere.
Yeah, but and that's the thing, right? There's this idea, this idealism about fashion being this extremely progressive, artsy industry when you have the most racist motherfuckers, Dolce & Gabbana. You got anti-Semitic heads of iconic, forward-thinking houses like Margiela, and then you have an entire class citizen of an industry, models being abused left and right for years. It's like, what the fuck?
And don't forget, like,
interns and assistants.
Exactly.
And don't forget the actual
abuse levied against them day in and day out.
And don't forget the actual like production folks, like the fucking slaves in Bangladesh that are sewing shit in like fire-prone factories for like 30 cents a week or whatever.
Fuck fashion.
Just
fuck fashion, Cop Jones. Fuck fashion, Cop Jones.
Fuck fashion. It's all about style. All right, Chris, what about stores? What stores are you fucking with right now? Who's doing it right? Who's got the brands? Who's got the content? Who's got the editorial?
Like a brick and mortar store?
Who's got the newsletters? No, anything. Because we're trying to support. Throwing Fits is trying to save the world by encouraging the copying of Johns from small biz.
That'll do it.
Small biz stores. Look, we're not out here like selling masks, but we are trying to alleviate the economic fallout once this whole thing passes by funding creatives as much as we can. So what stores should the kids check out right now?
Well, it is very political, isn't it? I mean, all the brands that you buy and where you shop, what you patronize. I mean, are you guys all Amazon all the time at this point?
I've tried to I've successfully severely cut back on Amazon. I don't think I've made an Amazon purchase in like, I want to say 6 weeks. Cause fuck Jeff Bezos. But shout out to Washington Post.
It's gotta be the only way to do it and sleep at night is that it's last ditch, right? It's gotta be only for emergencies. Yeah. It's the only way.
Yeah.
How else can you fucking live with yourself?
Yeah, no, I agree. Are we talking clothing stores or what kind of stores?
Let's start with clothing. Like maybe like Mr. Porter's a place you want to shout out.
We were texting when I was at Nepenthes in Tokyo, which like exploded my brain all over the place. And not even just for the clothes, but the like plants and the
vibe,
chandeliers they had. And it's just such an incredible experience.
Well, Nepenthes, the word Nepenthes has to do with like botanical plant life, right? Isn't it like a type of like fucking...
It's a flower, right? Or something?
Some shit. I don't know.
I don't even know.
It's too beyond like our, barbarian mindset.
Our Western barbarian minds.
Yeah. But no, it's okay. Nepenthes in Tokyo. Big fuckwit.
Yeah. That was really great. God, where do I shop? I have no idea. Abe's Books online.
The fuck is that?
A collection of, it's like a independent bookstores hub. So it's like an umbrella. You shop from independent bookstores, but it's distributed by Abe's Books. What else?
Are you buying books in quarantine? Is that like a splurge for you?
Yeah, I mean, books are like the thing that are getting me through.
So I have a question for you, Chris. So like for me, the kind of my personality, I always in times of great stress and turmoil where there's a lot going on, I kind of like revert and fall back into the things I love, right? So like I'll reread Cat's Cradle, like, you know, my favorite Vonnegut book, or I'll rewatch my favorite movie. That's more of like what my personality is. Are you falling back into like rereading your favorite books, or are you buying new stuff?
Yeah. In fact, this is something that I've written recently about how I'm sort of self-medicating with cultural products. Like, because I know the emotional experience, the emotional arc that a book or a movie or something will take me on, I'm like, I can only reread and only rewatch things because it's too perilous. Otherwise, like, I don't know. I'm too scared to watch fucking Ozark because that shit is, I don't know where that's going to go.
No, but it's sick, dude. It's sick. I highly recommend it. It's tight.
I'm too scared. It's too dark. Why is it all at like golden hour? It's like something.
I know.
It's scary. There's the
It's
mom.
weird.
Not doing it. I can't even watch like the second act of some sitcoms because it gets too dark for me right now. But
you're fragile. You're in a fragile state.
I am so delicate, man. I cry all the time. But no, I reread a lot of like detective stories. I've been rewatching a lot of like spy movies that I really love, and it is. I do think it's like self-medicating.
Have you watched Plot Against America based on Phil Roth?
Way too dark. Way too heavy. And way too
realistic. Yeah.
Wait, so what spy movies are you watching? Naked Gun, 1.5? like what,
is that a spy movie?
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else on the spot. Are you watching The Naked Gun?
The Kingsman,
Johnny English,
Mr. Bean.
Yeah. Are you watching Mr. Bean?
No, but I should. That's a good idea.
What are some good spy movies? I just know Taylor, Tinker, Soldier, Spy.
And rereading and rewatching the TV show of Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy, which I love.
Sure.
In part because it's like, not only is it, you know, a period piece, so I don't have to think about anything present tense, but it's so great because it's about like all this geopolitical, it's this huge plot about the Cold War, but really it's just about office politics.
Yeah.
It's really about the fucking cunt in the office who's like a suck up and who like gets the promotion, and the asshole who's like always sabotaging you. And it's great. I fucking love it.
Archetypes rock for a reason, baby.
I really love that one. I mean, John le Carré is just a genius.
Yes,
so I've been reading a lot of him. I've been reading these, God, he had lots of detective stories. I've been reading James Lee Burke. You know who he is? He wrote these really like sort of really florid purple detective novels set in New Orleans in the 80s, I guess. They're terrible, and I need them to like go to sleep.
You need like a trash beach read.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, I need plot that's engaging enough to think about, that will turn off my interior monologue to fall asleep, but also not compelling enough to keep me awake.
I would like to make a recommendation based on detectives in New Orleans. Have you seen Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans with Nicolas Cage? Oh my God. If you're listening right now and you have not seen this fucking movie, please fire up a fucking spliffioli, pop this on. It's a top Cage performance.
He gets after it.
Werner Herzog.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Hell yes.
I think Nick Cage, I don't know if it was before this movie or because of this movie, but he moved to New Orleans for a good amount of time and terrorized the entire city to the point where there was he couldn't fucking. Here's the thing, right? Everyone in New Orleans works in the hospitality industry, whether like in a bar, restaurant, or hotel, because it's such a tourist town. And the biggest faux pas you can commit is you don't tip, and you don't tip well. And apparently he was the shittiest tipper. No matter where he went.
Fuck.
And
God, that's fucking heartbreaking.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, and he was just just universally reviled. He lived in this like very old home where there was like a fire that kind of like killed like the servants or the slaves in the back, and was said to be
Jesus Christ.
Was said to be haunted.
Oh, his place was haunted. Got it.
Yeah, no, he didn't kill his slaves. And they're like the tradition, because New Orleans is like such a, obviously traditions, the tradition for whoever lived in this home for the past like 300 years, or I guess more like, 200 and something since slavery, was they would always like leave an offering on the street or something. He stopped doing that. And then I think like something crazy befell the house. Like it got hit by lightning or some shit, or like it got flooded and like got fucking destroyed. So fuck Nick Cage.
They say never meet your heroes.
Exactly.
Nick Cage, he has what do you call it? The sort of like built up thing in the cemetery where you're going to go. He has like a
mausoleum.
Yeah, he has one. It's a pyramid in New Orleans where he's going to be buried. He has a rare, what do you call it? Like he has a snake guy, a guy who he like buys 2-headed snakes from, and
yeah.
Anyway,
I feel like
I think that mausoleum was the final straw for like the local community, where they're like, this thing like towers above other notable families in New Orleans, which again is like such, so reverential to like that tradition, where they're just like, yo, fuck this guy.
Yeah. I guess it's pretty obvious that Nick Cage is a huge piece of shit, which is probably like why we also fucking worship him, because he rocks and he's so good. But it's always a bummer to like really listen to the facts.
On camera, Nick Cage is amazing.
There's definitely,
I think I will interrupt and say, can I go back to the best celebrity people in the world? Sure. Bill Murray is the greatest human being of all time. Oh, shit. Ever.
Of course.
Full stop.
Did you spend time with him for a story or just like cause?
No, he used to come into the cafe a lot when I worked there as a kid. They had the Lost in Translation, what do you call it, premiere party there. Oh, he's amazing. And I actually ran into him recently when I was in Charleston. He lives in Charleston now.
Great town.
And we have like a bunch of friends in common. I used to bar back for his brother. His brother was a bartender at the restaurant. He has 9 of.
His son is named Homer. He had a bar in Greenpoint here.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Homer, right. And his son is in, what's the Jarmusch movie where he's like after his son, but his real son has a cameo? What is it called?
The zombie movie with like Iggy Pop?
No, it's Broken Flowers. Broken
Flowers when he's like, yeah. The whole thing was that at that bar, people would go because Bill Murray would show up and he would fake bartend, or he does bartend.
That happened like twice. The rumor that Noah Johnson, Narc Dad, told us was that the food was good. I forget, it was called like something, I don't know, but the food was good.
Is it still open?
No, they shut down and then he reopened something else. And it went on, I think, not for COVID, but like years ago, it kind of like went on hold. But the joke was, never order the nachos, because no matter what your constitution is, no matter what you've had the day before or the strength of your stomach, you will get diarrhea from the nachos. And so the thinking or the joke was that this guy Homer, it was like performance art where he like definitely was fucking, putting like X-Lax in the nachos or some shit.
Wait, what?
Just for shits and giggles.
Literally shits and giggles. Also, that's a terrible decision to make as a bar
really
restaurant.
Bad business proposition.
The new place is called 21 Greenpoint. I don't know if it's still open, but whatever.
Some men just want to watch the world burn, I guess. But yeah, I definitely had heard that rumor that, because Bill Murray's whole thing always, right, is like, oh, you show up to your bar. It's Bill Murray. I hop behind the bar. It's Chicago. I love the Cubs. Glug, glug, glug. Put it on fucking Snapchat.
What?
I don't know. Whatever.
What other stores are you fucking with, Chris, besides Nepenthes Tokyo, Abe's Books? I feel like there's a big one missing here. It's just like an elephant in the room. I don't know.
Well, you talking about the one I work for?
Yeah.
I take that one for granted.
Free cloud.
Yeah. I mean, I actually do all my shopping on Mr. Porter, but...
what's the friends and family discount?
And what's that hitting for?
30?
You and I are getting the same discount, my friend.
30?
0?
What do you mean? I thought you got a discount, James.
No, but we need to talk after. It's funny because we were gonna make a joke about this, and we will make a joke about it later. But we need to address this expeditiously, expressly.
We'll pause the pod. We'll just end the podcast right now if it means that we get a friends and family.
Yo, seriously, we don't have it, and we want it because we use Porter. I buy low. I buy so much, bro. I need this.
I just feel so classy when I order a package and it says Monsieur Harry.
Monsieur.
M-E-S-S-R.
Sacre bleu!
Fucking
Johns have arrived.
Yeah, same day delivery to the fucking Hamptons. Are you shitting me?
Are you shitting me?
Go to Summer House and party with Carl and get some fucking some Derrick Rose PJs. Come on.
What's that place in Montauk? The Surf Shack? What's the
Surf Lodge?
Yeah, bro. You think I don't need a fresh fin for the Surf Lodge for every brunch? I need the discount, bro. I'm hitting the Uber Chopper to get my porter shit there. Directly, they drop it into the Surf Lodge.
I need a flight suit. I need a flight suit for Blade.
Yeah. Let's talk off mic. I need this expressly.
Are there any stores, Chris, that are kind of fucking it up that you just look at them and you're just like, what are you doing? Like, you're just not like, obviously Barney's, RIP, you dead bitch. Sounds like fucking J. Crew Brandon Retail is going to be bankrupt by this weekend. By the time the pod comes out last weekend.
Yeah.
I think Neiman Marcus is fucked. Like, all these big departamentos, are they going to survive?
Well, also, I think
bankrupt.
Just sort of like culturally, the fast fashion brands are going to be. You're talking about like producing in Bangladesh and like the Zaras of the world, and those are just. I don't think that the modern world is going to be hospitable to.
Really, because Zara's like the Zara's like mad profitable.
Is it really?
Yeah, printing money. I mean, the dude that fucking owns it. What's his name? The Spanish guy. He's like the richest dude in Europe.
Yeah, I think he's he's definitely one of the richest guys in the world.
Yeah. I'm thinking over H&M. I don't know.
Well, both are. One's Spanish. I think fast fashion
one's
is going to be
Swedish. H&M Swedish. But you think you think fast fashion is going to be thrown to the wayside by the fucking Greta Thunbergs of the world?
Well, or the COVIDs of the world. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck fast fashion.
Because of our like principles or because of like supply chain limitations?
Bingo. That's for the wrong reasons. No one gives a shit about doing the right thing when they can.
No. Principle hasn't done anything recently. Yeah. No, yeah.
Bro, I hope these motherfuckers are are the biggest. They take the biggest L out of this whole situation. Fuck that shit. It's not sustainable, even remotely, and that's. Like, again, not to destroy the industry that has given James and myself and even you, Chris, an entire career, but it's like, it's the worst. It is truly the worst industry. We have to acknowledge this. Yeah, it's evil.
What?
Well, no, please. Media? Are you talking about the industry or those? Goodness.
The entire industry of fashion, capital F fashion, is evil. Like, fashion is single-handedly, like, destroying the planet, on the level of, like, fucking... H2 Hummers, bro. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, you want to talk about like Poland Spring bottled water? You want to talk about like
that
name an industry? There's not a single industry that is not as guilty, but okay. I'm with you.
Wait, but do you think, but again, is this whole idea that like fashion thinks they're holier than thou that kind of like makes it worse? That's how I see it too.
I mean, I don't know. Do they? I guess I'm sort of like blissfully unaware of the self-congratulatory part of it. I'm a little blinkered, perhaps.
How about this? It's the most destructive art that could exist is fashion, right? Right? What other art destroys the planet or perceived that like scare quotes art? You know what I'm saying? Like that's to me is
that I think that's fair.
That's the disconnect in my mind, at least.
Unless you're fucking, making art from like oil rigs.
Michael Fraser, like digging up.
Yeah. What about Chris? Are you aware of the fact that like sustainability and like has become this huge buzzword for brands and even stores and anyone kind of like tangentially involved with the fashion industry? Like, what do you think of that whole current moment? Whether it's a trend or not is yet to be seen. But like, do you think that it's genuine? Do you think it even fucking stands a chance of making any difference?
I mean, I do. I think that the thing about the sort of present pandemic, et cetera, is that it's sped up our realizations about so many of these things. And it is, I think that lots of us were taking things for granted. I don't think anybody, thought the stakes were as high as they were environmentally, culturally, et cetera, for anything we do, travel. And yeah, I think there are going to be real stakes. I think that there's going to be blowback against anybody who doesn't produce responsibly. I do think that it has been a catchword for brands, and I think it's been a selling point, of course. But that's the way the world works. You have to get the sort of lip service on something first before it actually really catches and has traction.
You have to establish the marketing firsthand.
I think that people recognize that is the future, and you're not going to be able to get away with it. I remember in 2014 or 15, I was at Interview, and I did a whole issue about people who were throwing their entire selves into activism, and whether they were influencers or whether they were, Jane Goodall or, Jane Fonda, people who really had stood for something for decades, generations.
What kind of activism, social justice warriors or
everything? At the time it was, so we did do Jane Goodall, we talked to Jane Fonda, I had DeRay on, and then we had a bunch of the sort of young bloods who were using their sort of celebrity capital to talk about, whatever their cause was. And at the time, and this is 6-7 years ago, the understanding was that you couldn't have a brand, you couldn't have a personality brand without wrapping yourself around a flag of a cause.
Sure.
And now it's taken for granted that everybody has to have a responsibility, sort of at least program, if not entire wing of their business. So I do think that that's progress. How quickly we're going to make changes is going to be different. But I do think this has accelerated things. I think the pandemic has brought us into a new reality, and this isn't going to stop. There are going to be more of these that are going to accelerate it.
This is why Patagonia is the GOAT. They've been doing it right. That's the thing. It's the blueprint has been there for everybody all along. And it's
at a certain scale. Let the record show that Lawrence and I were pro Medicare for all before the shit popped off. All right.
Yeah.
We are anti a return to normalcy.
Where are you guys right now with Bernie backing out and all the Biden
sexual assault allegations? I guess we'll be voting for Biden. I will be voting for Biden in November if he is in fact the nominee at that point. I'm just
do you still have hope that there's an alternative?
No.
Course?
Are you kidding?
No.
Are you kidding?
I don't either.
Bro, that's why I honestly, we were commiserating about this on a thing that we recorded last weekend, but I am so disillusioned and jaded, and I truly feel that the whole, I feel so cast aside by this. I can't even talk about it without getting so angry, on a visceral, foundational level, clenching my fists.
We talk about Chuck emerging from the fucking blackness. Chuck, what the fuck?
I have a question for the three of you.
You look like a deep sea creature.
Oh my God. What is this?
You look like a demon.
It's
demon time.
Brothers movie. What is
demon
this
time?
shot?
I've been working for a long time, and I forgot to turn my lights off. I just had my windows open. But I was gonna ask, am I a bad guy if I don't vote for I don't want to vote for Biden?
Well, where are you registered to vote? Are you registered to vote in Arizona?
Yeah.
Then you should vote for Biden.
Yeah, and it's the stakes are different for you. But here's the thing: it's
he's just gonna let ice rock, and a bunch of bad shit's still gonna happen.
Yeah,
he's already conceded a lot of things that are more left than he normally would have because he's pandering to Bernie's base and
I don't believe it.
Where the fuck did Chuck go?
I think he shut it. I think he saw it as a distraction.
That was all for now.
Yeah,
that was all for now.
Chuck, you can fucking chill in the cut. It's fine. Just turn a light on.
I just stopped working, so I might be chilling a little more.
You look like the ghost of John Moy.
Nobody can see me.
It's a little terrifying. But come hang out. We can talk about octopus.
How political should we get? Because like what frustrates me is this idea of like, think of the Supreme Court, the most progressive candidate in a lifetime, in a generation, was there for us to get behind, to do the right thing for all of these different levels. Supreme
Court. That's what
like,
pisses me off.
It's like, come on. So you can't use that as an argument when like the guy was here, and the fact that again,
we had it, we blew it. That's what pisses me off, is that people are like, well, stop like just caping for, Medicare for all, like, universal, whatever. But because like, that's not reality, but you have to expand your definition of reality, because it was right there. We had it for the taking. And obviously
also look at
nominating Bernie isn't. Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
I mean, I was a Warren supporter, and I mean, still am. I think she's phenomenal. But I thought Bernie was an extraordinary candidate. And I thought the first month of, oh my God, I thought we really had a shot. But
the DNC would rather lose and continue to have the backing of the billionaire donor class than do anything tangible for real people.
I just can't believe that's
simple. That's simple.
Bernie lost the electability argument. And then it's a fucking 80-year-old, sexual assault.
No, he didn't. He lost South Carolina. He didn't lose the electability. If he had even showed in the South, we would be in a different reality.
I agree.
He just got.
I really think it came down to
the whole conversation.
Yeah, it came down to a really bad fucking primary that changed everything. The bigger issue for me here is that everyone agrees that Donald Trump is an idiot, is a moron. Joe Biden is more cognitively deficient than that guy. I'm supposed to vote for that guy.
I don't know.
His brain is pudding. It's mush.
It's still
what the fuck are we talking about? My man's got fucking Jello brain.
But at least he would have hopefully competent people around him. I mean, it's still.
At least he wouldn't be spending millions of dollars building a fucking wall while there's a pandemic going on, and New York could stand some fucking.
It's still so crazy if you think a once in 100-year event. This global pandemic happened when we had the least
qualified,
most fucking. Least qualified person in charge. Like that is just such black comedy.
Oh, I've given up on dude. I've given up on the future. I'm not having kids. Fuck this. This shit is a wrap.
Oh God, no. Who can you imagine bringing children into this world? And it's not just Trump looting the economy while this is going on. And then you have McConnell just fucking stonewalling everything. He's the evil personified.
Would you rather have Who would you rather have drop dead right now, Mitch McConnell or Donald Trump?
Mitch McConnell.
I cannot ever wish ill on anybody, but
really?
Oh, come on.
Really I publicly pray for the death and demise and destruction of all of my enemies.
May the bridges I burn light the way.
I did get a little tingle when Boris got sick. I got a little.
The fingers have never been crossed harder, my guy. Come on. also because he was flexing so hard, so arrogantly. What a cheeky fucking cunt, mate.
Chris, this is a question we used to ask, but we kind of reined it in because I think we got a letter from the FBI. But let's just say that you're on one of your press trips. You're on a pheasant hunt, and you're fucking you see a bird flapping in the wind, and you lurch over.
Dick Cheney is there, and he shoots me in the face.
No. You in this case, Dick Cheney. So you have the gun. Let's just say that President Trump fucking bumbles and stumbles his way into your sights. Do you take the shot?
I mean, I can't answer this.
He still has a job, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't worry, this is a parody.
He's gainfully employed. This whole podcast is satire, naturally.
So, Chris, what other stores are you fucking with?
But to Chris's point, the problem to James's point, the problem with the death of Trump is Pence. This fucking in the closet, tightly wound psychopath, Jesus freak who breastfed until he was fucking 16 3/4. Come on, bro. What the fuck? This whole shit is a joke. Anyway, let's move on.
So Chris, what stores are you not fucking with?
Um,
Well, all the fast fashion joints, right? So,
right. Yeah, fast fashion.
Let's keep it moving. Obviously, you are once a citizen of the West Coast, now a citizen of the greatest city in the world, New York City. You know, I grew here, y'all flew here, but you're welcome here anytime.
Wow.
What are some New York City based businesses that you're truly fucking with? This is your chance to really like shout out, your local bagel spot, your fucking bodega, all the institutions that make the city what it is for you personally.
Ooh, that's good. Do you guys know Contra and Wild Air, the restaurants on Lower East Side?
Wild Air, I'm familiar with. Alex Delaney put me on, and every time I go, I'll consult with him on the menu. It's a good vibe. Contra, I've not been to. Is that
legendary?
Really?
So they have a wine shop that you can order delivery from right now, and it's all natty wine. It's
People's Wine,
heaven on earth. It's called People's Wine. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is Contra the restaurant of People's Wine?
They're all related. It's these two guys, and they're all related. Yeah. So I love those guys.
Yeah.
Wow, I could go down a whole restaurant trip.
Let's go.
Friend Chet in Tribeca, which is obviously not serving right now. Atomics, Attaboy. I think JP is probably among the top 5 most innovative and incredible chefs.
Is he the chef at Attaboy?
Yeah.
So I've only been to Attaboy once, did not have a good experience, did not really enjoy it. The seating was bad and uncomfortable.
This is a big debate on the podcast, right?
But Delaney says Attaboy is his number 1 restaurant in New York. So
I mean,
I have to go back. That's what it is. I have to go back.
It's fire, dude.
I think it's outrageous.
We should go back as we should do another corp retreat.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be fun. Just saying.
All right, what else, Chris?
God, what else?
What other New York City-based businesses?
This could go on. We could go on because I like to patronize a restaurant and a bar.
What are your favorite bars?
Bars. Well, I love to go to the bar at the Carlisle, which is near me here, which is, I love a hotel bar. I don't know about you guys, but that's one of my favorite things in the world.
I do too. It was something that, I'll say this, I think it's a bit of an acquired taste. It's not something I normally did. My wife, huge hotel bar fan, so she like brought me into that world. Like
what's her favorite? Where do you guys like?
Well, the best we've ever been to, obviously, is the Ritz in Paris. I mean, we went after we got engaged. That's like on a whole nother level. We used to live on the Upper West Side, so a lot of places really on the Upper East or Upper West Side are great. But to have a dirty martini in a hotel bar, it's such a fantasy, bro. Right? It's flight and it's fancy and it's great, and I couldn't
so glamorous. It's so exactly. You don't know what can happen. It's like you never maybe we're going upstairs. Who knows? I don't know.
It's a writer's dream, right? Because it's inspiring and it's you
sound like the girl that Holden Caulfield goes on a date with at a fucking hotel. Is that a celebrity? Is that a celebrity?
What a phony!
Yeah. What a fucking phony, dude. I was going to say it sounds like we're talking like we're characters on Gossip Girl. That's what I was going to say.
You know who's a huge fan of hotel bars? That was
which they're remaking, by the way.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Word? The original is perfect. It doesn't need to be improved upon, but whatever.
XOXO.
I don't make the rules.
We had a guest on, Angelo Urrutia from EG.
Oh, I love Angelo.
Yeah,
I love Angelo.
He's a big fan of, I want to say, the Pierre or the St. George.
St. Regis. St. Regis, yeah.
Oh, St. Regis, the King Cole bar.
Yeah.
One of the greatest bars of all time.
The Plaza is a slapper. Yeah. I mean, it's any hotel you can't afford to stay at, just go to the bar and get a drink. That's what it is.
I will say this about the Plaza. I mean, it has the Oak Room, which is the, North by Northwest Association, which is like heaven. Canceled forever from its Trump Association, once owned by Trump. And he was in it in Home Alone 2.
Oh, right.
His cameo, canceled forever. But I will say this. In 2000, God, I don't even know when. when Darjeeling Limited had their premiere at the New York Film Festival at the Lincoln Center, I was staying at a hotel down, I don't know, whatever, across from the park there. And Ahmadinejad was in town, the Prime Minister of Iran.
Yeah.
And the Plaza Hotel flew the flag of Israel as a fuck you to him.
Interesting. Interesting.
Mood. Fire of Lonely Island song. Anyway, any other New York City based businesses that you're truly fucking with besides the litany of big gas restaurants and big gas bars you just reeled off, like the goddamn Ernest Hemingway of New York City that you are?
Did Hemingway even kick it in New York? Never.
No, but he was a big like, you know, hotel bar guy.
The Ritz in Paris.
Exactly.
That's the Hemingway bar, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The Hemingway bar. You know why? Because he claims that he liberated it. But the great New Yorker profile of Hemingway, he's like hammered in a hotel, and I think it's the St. Regis. And what's her name? Oh my God, the great New York profile writer, Mimi, whatever, goes to the MoMA or goes to the Met with him, and he's hammered. He's drinking from a little like pocket whiskey the whole time.
Fuck yeah. A road soda, I believe is the term.
Road soda. Yeah, road whiskey. I mean, I love a steakhouse. I love a Raoul's. I think Raoul's is the greatest New York institution.
Is that your favorite? Oh, is that? I was going to say, like, I feel like everyone has, like, there's a Keen's guy, there's a Luger's guy, there's a Strip House guy, there's a Raoul's guy. What's your number one? Luger's. Really? Cash only, baby.
My first dinner out when we leave all of this shit is either going to be a San Ambrose like pasta situation or Raoul's steak.
James, what's yours going to be? First meal out. God. First day out.
First day out the feds. That's really hard. I mean, assuming that everything's like open, right?
Yeah, assuming all things being equal, like where are you going? Your first spot, and it's around and still alive.
I don't know, man. That's really hard because, like, honestly, a lot of the
you've been eating Commodore chicken sandwiches every day.
That's what I was gonna say
for 3 months.
Once a week, I get a Commodore Sammy and a green salad, and it's big gas. I don't know. Come back to me, Lawrence. What about you?
I think I mentioned. I was gonna say for me, so my favorite food is Chinese food. So, and my favorite place, relatively close in Brooklyn, Kings County Imperial. That's really my favorite. I have bought multiple.
What do you get? What's your order?
Long beans, which is like their green beans. I get the. I think I joked about this on a Boys Only to do a long dumpling. So anything long on the menu, you get. There's a
dumplings long.
Yeah, there's a spicy pork fried rice, angry pig fried rice. There's some soup dumplings. I mean, you can't go wrong. If you love Chinese food, this is the best place, in my opinion. It's so good.
I think I'm going to say, just because it is throwing fits appropriate, the burger at Bernie's.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which is a spot right here in Greenpoint. Great fucking vibe. Throwback to like 1950s, like, you know, classic New York, like stained glass windows, the green lights and shit. The burger is big gas. The vibe's on point. Shout out to owner Zach Frankel, owner of Frankel's. He's a big fan of the pod, so hopefully he hears this, and hopefully, you know, he's getting through it. And they're closed down right now, but we'll see him on the other side.
The mozzarella sticks too, because we went there as a unit. We had a big night out for the pod, and those mozzarella sticks were fucking, that blew my dick off, dude. Those were really good.
Speaking of mozzarella sticks, Chris, what are some quarantine snacks that you're fucking with? We talked about how you're slurping up spaghetti every night. You got the fucking Negronis, the straight tequila that you just showed us. Shout out Vulcan Tequila, sent us some shit, and the big juice. But what about just snacks? What are you snacking on?
Let's see. What did I make today? I made. You know what I've been going in for is a hamburger on an English muffin.
Ooh.
As a snack?
Fuck yeah.
That's elite. That's elite snacking. That is snacking on an elite level.
5 minutes that takes.
Yeah. Well, also you need protein. You're a fucking muscly. You're a fucking you're a Rick Owens fan. You need fucking the bulk
You're a jock.
He's like string bean. What else?
Wait, Chris. What do you put? What do you put on that? You put mustard, ketchup. Tell me more about the English
Mustard and
mustard.
sriracha.
Ooh, spicy mustard.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a yellow mustard or spicy brown?
Like a funky Dijon, like real.
Dijon. Similar to Mr. Porter, a Grey Poupon.
Yeah.
No veggies.
Who can afford in this economy?
Fresh vegetables in this economy? All right.
Good God Almighty!
Anything else? Any other schnacks, as James would say? Any other schnacks besides a burger on an English muffin with sriracha and Dijon? Which also, by the way, I need one of those ASAP, dude.
I need to.
It's heaven. It's
what
heaven.
schnacks?
I would hook it up right now. But
yeah. What schnacks you schmoshing?
Anything else?
What else? I don't know. I've been cooking a lot of like meals, obviously. So
right.
There's lots of leftovers.
Are you making a lot of pasta? Is that was kind of like what
lots
you were
of pasta?
Yeah.
Lots of like risottos. Lots of like braises and stews and soups and.
I did a pot roast the other night. Like that, it's like in quarantine. You're like, I might as well slow cook everything because, like, I did ribs and I did a fucking pot roast. Because, like, where else am I going? Like,
got nothing but time. Nothing but time.
Nothing but time, baby.
By the way, I love a braise more than anything in the world. I feel like it's the best flavor profile of anything.
Really?
Yeah. I love like a sear than a braise.
I can't really argue with you because like a good braise is up there. But I feel like people don't normally say like I'm a braise guy. You know, I feel like it's not necessarily.
My shit going brazy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yo, you're so brave. You're so brave. You're so brave for shouting out the braise. Dude.
Are you like following along with the whole like all the food trends that people are doing like you know making their own sourdough and shit? Like is that something you follow along with and emulate, or are you just doing your own thing?
The ramps explosion.
I feel like
I have some ramps in my fridge right now.
Baking is way fucking too scientific. I'm not really a recipe guy. I just sort of like riff.
You noodle. You noodle in the kitchen.
You freestyle.
Yeah.
I noodle around. I'm just noodling. You're
like Big L on the ones and twos on the stovetop.
So Big L was an MC, not a DJ.
There's no
Big L 97 freestyle. Look it up.
Okay, whatever, bro.
All right, Chris, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast, I want to play a little game with you. Last John, next John. What was the last John you copped at full retail? And then we want to know what's the next John you got your eye on that you're definitely going to pull the trigger on?
Last thing I bought was a custom suit from Sid.
Damn.
Corduroy, chocolate corduroy custom suit.
Damn,
Heaven on Earth, which I don't get into. I bought it, maybe wore it once, and I'm too fat now.
That's like when Wes Anderson officiates your wedding, you wear brown chocolate corduroy.
Oh, but it's like deep chocolate. It's so good.
It's mocha, dude. I guess it would be.
It's 80% cocoa.
It's heaven. God, what's next?
Yeah, what is next?
I mean, if we ever go out again, did you see, I think it was last week, Massimo Alba posted pictures of his new swimsuits?
I did not, but I love me some Massimo Alba. That's like the new James Bond brand, right? You read about this, right, Chris?
It is the new James Bond.
Yeah. And also Massimo Alba has been around for years, and he's just amazing Italian, ready to wear.
They're best. I should have mentioned him on brands. I think he's like the greatest guy too, and everything that he makes is so soulful and so
100%
wonderful. I love it.
Like a sport coat, like a fucking great red sauce, just deep. There's fucking, there's soul. There's soul.
Layers.
Yes, exactly.
Depth, umami. There's umami.
There's umami in the sport coat, baby. Yo, Chris, you better fucking put that in your next article, my dude. That's
a splash of fish sauce in the tomato sauce. That's the secret.
Anchovy, homeboy.
Yeah,
Chris. Yeah. What about so like we've all made weird quarantine cops. For me, it's a pair of Heelys. For Lawrence, what's your strangest quarantine cop been?
We talked about this. Like, I'm not really out here. I am trying to buy Johns that maybe have a good cause. Like I bought the collab that what was that agency did with the Newark Boys Chorus School. All the proceeds. So it's just it's a cool hat, but it gives these kids.
It's a charity purchase.
Charity, John. Yeah. I'm not making weird cops. I like Hueys or whatever. I'm not really.
That's fine. I understand that you got to be fiscally responsible when you're a broke boy.
Fuck
Chris,
you, bitch.
Has there been a night where like maybe you're a little off the fucking gin, or you're just like trying to fill the abyss or just bored, and you just like buy something that makes zero sense that you wouldn't buy in a quarantine world, but here you are, fucking opening a package with gloves on of some shit that is just weird. What is that?
How about Japanese porcelain? Yeah.
That's very nice.
Fuck?
I bought some weird like Imari stuff. What else? I've been desperate. And in fact, my girlfriend's been teasing me about this, to buy one of the prints that have been in these like photographer, sales to support.
Oh, for like Elmhurst Hospital?
Yeah, or various trusts and things, and I just haven't found the one. What else? I bought a television.
What?
Oh, that's right.
You didn't have a TV before?
No, I just bought one this week. Yeah, I just got it. Just bought it.
What would you normally use, like your laptop to watch Netflix or something?
Yeah. Which fuck that.
No, come on, bro. Respect. Can you respect the sanctity of the art form, please?
Respect the medium.
Yeah. Is your TV Realtree camo like our boy Chuck's?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Chuck has like
you want to tap in?
I can send you a picture. There's like when I got it on the box, there was like a picture of a tractor on it, and the remote is like the buttons are safety orange, and it's also Realtree camo. It was like 99% off, and I wanted a big ass TV, so it's Realtree camo.
He has no idea where it is.
What about those ones that they're like the Predator? They just sort of like assume what's behind them, and you can't see that it's a television.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That's real.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just be like a fucking like white wall, like
maybe?
I don't know.
Or books. It can do all of that shit.
So you bought a TV. Like, are you used to it yet, or is it still kind of like a weird, kind of eerie Black Mirror presence in your home?
No, I figured that out pretty quick. Yeah, it's pretty quick.
When's the last time you had owned a TV? What year? How old? How long?
2017.
Oh, that's not that. Oh, come on. I thought you were about to say some wild ass shit like 1994.
No. This before I like burned down my life.
Okay, got it. Yeah, sure. Got it.
Did you cop cable and now you're just fucking blasting like Fox News and Bar Rescue all day? Like,
no, I don't have cable, but
Impractical Jokers on replay.
Yo, sneaker shopping's on at 12:30 a.m.
on MSG. Oh shit,
Chris!
I feel like I bought some weird shit though.
Let me ask you this: so we kind of have referenced this, but from streetwear and like hyped goods, we feel like the grown man version of that is kind of like interior goods and home goods. Is then the next version of that ceramics and like dishes and shit? Like you just held up that fucking Japanese porcelain. Like, is that the next?
Well, but that's all part of. I think
obsessive?
It's all part of the way you outfit your life. I think is what is the sort of like next level of acquisition.
Identity coding.
Yeah, the way you express yourself in your home, the things that you have around you, the things that you touch, especially now, especially when we're like confined to this sort of four-wall experience, everything that I'm around has this greater weight. And I've been like emailing all my friends who are artists and like asking them to buy prints of their work, and I've been like bidding on the weirdest shit that I want to have, like the best stuff around you, because everything has this extra meaning. And, you look at this stuff so much when you're like confined to it. So yeah, I do think that this is the next frontier. I think I read an interview recently with God, who was it? Somebody was talking about how the next frontier of, there were chef superstars and there were fashion superstars, and I think the next sort of superstar talent will be designers, interior designers, and that sort of tastemaker of like whatever these fungible goods.
What do you think of Drake's crib?
That is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's such a bummer, but also it's like, as a fan,
it's so expected. It's so expected
beyond belief. It's totally
it's that's why it's parody, right? Because it's absurd that it is so on the nose. It's a Cheesecake Factory. We talked about this.
But it's not parody because that's what it is. Like,
no, yeah, but really, there's no.
It is what it is.
Yeah, there's no irony at all. No, but that's why it's so...
Same with the Kanye thing. I mean, it's, oh my God.
Yeah, at least the Kanye shit is like at least tasteful to a degree where it's beyond real scrutiny, right?
Looks like a monastery. But first, I'm going to have to take a piss. So, Chef, I need you to hit that motherfucking weedus.
Derek?
Fuck with me, you know I got it. Fuck with me, you know I got it. Sexy bitch, I hope she got it. Come fuck with me, you know I got it. Fuck with me, you know I got it. Fuck with me, you know I got it. Sexy bitch, I hope she got it. Come fuck with me, you know I got it. I just landed in Europe, nigga. Shopping bags, I'm a tourist, nigga. Money talk, I speak fluent, nigga. Reeboks on, I just do it, nigga. Look at me, I'm pure, nigga. I bet the hoes on my tour, nigga. On bop, I do the money dance. My bitch whip cause 100 grand. Red bird, you see me slide. Sex bitch, I hope she bout it. Sex bitch, I know she bout it. Fuck with me, you know I got it. Fuck with me, you know I got it. Fuck with me, you know I got it.
Hoach landed in Rome, nigga. All hell Caesar's home, niggas. Chin Don, Chow Bella. Come money dance with the good fellas. Hope keep getting that dinero, got it. Even if a nigga gotta ride it, get it. Blackjack in the cut sink, no. A nigga got unlimited credit. A nigga got a lot of vendettas. But we the black mom, we gon' set it. Peeled off in a Lamborghini cone tie. 200 in the dash, you gonna rev it. Skirt. Lucky Lucci, now knows what they call.